Hi everyone, my name is Sydney Griffin. I'm the Associate AD of Development Operations at Georgia Tech.
Hey guys, I'm Brianna Turnage, known as Snoop, and I play for basketball at Georgia Tech.
You're from Atlanta. That's not far at all, not
At
a far
all.
commute. Welcome back.
Thank you so much.
How are you feeling? How's it feel to be home?
Feeling great, just feeling that welcomeness and just seeing all my old family and stuff like that. It's just so fun and energy and just feeling all that love from everybody. Nothing can replace it for real.
Talk about just home, your family, siblings.
My siblings are definitely my core. Coming back home, that was probably the number one thing on my mind. Just knowing that I get to play in front of 4 of my siblings and them all being younger. With me being the oldest, I know I've always had to set a tone and just be that person for them. So I feel like that's my biggest accomplishment, just being able to get on this floor and show them that they could do the same thing I'm doing as well. And just also being able to do it for my mom. She's always been in a tough spot. So I really want to be able to make something out of this and give back to her.
Your path to Georgia Tech, you're still pretty new, right? You're transferring from Florida State.
Yep.
This is your first year, it's your senior year.
Yes.
It's a lot of change, but take us through that process of how you got to Georgia Tech and what about Georgia Tech made it so special for you?
I feel like everybody has a time of when they feel like a change needs to happen. And for me, I felt like it was time for that change. And having that talk with Coach KB when I first got on the phone with her, it was it just made me so excited again for the game. And just hearing how she thinks about the game and what she sees on the floor, what she sees in me, and how she wants to take this team to another level. I know that I needed a coach like that so that I could win. I love to win. So, and I can tell she loves to win too, especially coming from Maryland. So I'm just very excited to just be under her.
Yeah. What else excites you about the team that you currently are on?
I can genuinely say I love my team. Just being with them and seeing how you can tell when somebody's genuine or not. And I feel like it's very, very genuine over here. And everybody has good intentions, even though everybody makes mistakes. You can tell that we all come from a good place when we do talk to each other. And I feel like you don't get that everywhere.
All right, let's talk a little bit about just your student athlete experience in general. I know it's a little bit different, but I think being a student athlete, period, is very difficult because you have to balance the two of academics and athletics. And especially a place like Georgia Tech, you have to rise to a high level every time. What are some lessons that you feel like you've learned just from your student athlete experience?
I have to always be intentional, whether that be on the floor or off the floor. I know that you never know what happens with basketball. I could get hurt, God forbid, but if I do have an injury like that, I want to be able to back up on something. And being at an institute like Georgia Tech, I feel like there's none like this for real. So just being able to take that chance and really just let it all soak in, I feel like that's the biggest thing for me, just being intentional with everything I do.
Let's talk about just being a woman in sports. I think it's probably a little bit more challenging, more so than ever, but I think it's also a great thing because you're on a fantastic platform.
Yes.
What are some things that you think you could tell someone who is looking to be in your shoes?
I would definitely say just be confident in everything you do, because you can't let what anybody says take you down, because I know that's what I struggled with a lot when I was younger. I let what anybody say, rather that be good or bad, just mess with how that let me play on the court. And once I got to that point where I was just you know what, I can't let nobody mess with my game. This has to be me and me only. Everything else just went out the door and I was able to just play at my full potential. So I would definitely say just being able to just be full and attentive of not what anybody else would say, but what you know you're capable of.
If you could look back, just thinking and reflecting on the experiences that you've had, what would you say to your younger self for advice?
Be you and don't lose yourself. As long as you be yourself, everybody will kind of look at you in a light that's just dang, I want to be like her, or she's a good person.
Is there any special shout outs or anybody that has helped you in life that you'd like to thank?
I would love to thank my siblings, of course, that's number one. God, Sanaya, I would like to thank her. Those are my circle.
So let's talk a little bit about transferring here. Like we said, this is your senior year, but this is also your first year. The transfer portal is a real thing, and I think it can be tough for a lot of young people. Can you just talk us through your experience in this so far and any advice that you give to anybody else? Yeah,
I would say definitely don't be afraid and don't limit yourself, because you don't know who out there is looking at you or what talents you can go and take yourself to and who can use those talents. So I feel like a lot of what I was thinking during my process was, dang, who gonna wanna pick me up, or what if somebody doesn't pick me up, or what if I don't like where I go, or it was just so many what ifs. And once I kind of stopped doing that and putting it in God's hands and just talking to God and letting it come to me, I feel like that's when the process started getting easier for me, and I was just able to be like, whatever comes to me is right for me. So I would definitely say for my process, as soon as I got on that phone with KB, and I just, like I said, the way I heard her talking, it definitely was a yes for me right after, but I know a lot of people don't get that same experience. So definitely just know yourself and know what you want.
I love how you light up when you talk about Coach Blair. I don't know her as KB yet, but we're gonna work on it. But I think it's so special to have a connection with a coach like that.
It really is.
Can you talk a little bit more about that relationship and what you value in her leadership?
It's like just knowing that you're going somewhere where a coach cares about you and they care about your future. I feel like that's the number one thing that you should look for when you transfer and going to college. Just know where you're going, they care about you, genuinely.
What advice would you give to younger girls who want to be where you are?
I would definitely just say just being intentional, just knowing what you want from the game and even from outside of the game, just always knowing what you want and being confident in it, because if you're not confident, it's probably not something that's really worth it for real. So I would definitely just say being intentional. What would you say?
I think for me, like as I reflect, like I'm a little far off from my experience and I don't know if I had enough fun. I started my career when I was young, and I feel like it became a part of life, and I put a lot of emphasis on I need to do this, I need to run this time at this point. And I think a lot of it is just enjoying the ride. I think, you know, it's natural, like we focus on the destination and where we need to be, but I don't think we're always grateful for every single win.
Yeah,
you know?
nah, definitely.